Hello all my minifigs, I am Bmanlegoboy and thank you very much for clicking on this video. And today I have another reaction for you. I will be reacting to TheRealXboxNerd's Thomas the Tank Engine YTP Collab. So this is uploaded by the one and only RealXboxNerd about a minute ago by the time I'm watching it. Guys, I've been looking forward to this collab. I love YTP collabs because a lot of people come up with hilarious stuff. And I remember seeing my first collab being for Drake and Josh, and well, by Emperor Lemon, but unfortunately, for some reason, it got removed for some reason. But I still like to watch YTP collabs a lot, and so I'm really interested to see what people have come up for this one. Now, this collaboration in particular is over an hour long, as the Real Xbox Nerd has informed me. So guys, this video will most likely be uploaded into separate parts, more than likely two. So for my Patreon supporters, make sure to stay tuned for the ending of part 2, as that's where your shout out will be. And guys, without further ado, let's just dive into the reaction, and the original video will be down in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started. Playing in 3, 2, 1, go.
Excuse me, sir. This came for you in the post. Thank you, my dear. My Playboy subscription at last. Wait. What the fuck is this? Here we go.
Oh boy. Alright, let's get started.
Ganondorf was feeling grumpy. This was making James cross. Why are you complaining
What
all the
is
time?
that face?
Because I'm a big blue bastard and I know everything. I shall complain whenever I want. You're just a small red engine with you shoot poops above your station. What a boring... He grunted.
Oh, here we go.
Something's come inside you, Gordon, said his fireman.
Oh, God.
That's not funny. Neither the driver or fireman could apply his brakes.
Oh, boy, here we go.
The driver reduced steam, but Gordon was still going too fast. We know that, you fool.
Michael.
When Gordon was broken again,
Plus, we're only like
he took
2
the
minutes in,
controller
so...
to the new station for its sixth official opening. This time, he arrived safely, and everyone clapped.
There it is.
Ripping up stations, what a life. Your panoramic view is here to stay.
That ought to be Gordon's
I trust you will
catchphrase from
always
now
see
on.
through it from the safety of your own safety. Gordon heartily agreed.
And he jumps through again.
Not.
How did I know that was gonna happen?
What? The shit.
Okay.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
Masturbation. Nancy is gone.
Can God squirt slime out of his ear?
Did you just assume my gender?
Squirt sound effect.jpg.
You'll have to do it then, Thomas. Be quick now.
Move along.
Be quick now.
Moving very slowly. Very slowly. Moving very slowly.
What happened then? No one knows. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next.
so fucking grateful for my eggs. Bob, he thought.
Okay, yeah, that played out differently in my head.
Wow.
There are many beautiful places on the island of Circus. The engines love the pretty water.
Yeah,
The pee
all the water on Sodor is disgusting. Or some of it.
Toby's
No.
favorite place is the old. The windmill is warm. It cannot make much man now. Toby loves to watch the miller wank. Disgusting. One day,
My God.
Toby was collecting a load of man to take to the market. But he was so busy watching the miller having sex with the windmill that he forgot to look where he was going. Toby couldn't sleep that night. It wasn't the thunder and lightning that kept him awake. It wasn't the shit you should poop. And he was still worrying about the miller. That stormy night, the old windmill was struck.
Okay, so that's 3 times. 4. 5.
Fuck.
I'm gonna see if I can keep a count of how many times Gordon crashes into the station for this. Oh, I've seen this.
One day, the Fat Controller
I
came
love
to
that.
see Thomas. Would you like to be...
You should poop.
Oh, yes, please, replied Thomas. That's a good engine, said the Fat Controller. I want you to talk Gordon into crashed in. Why is that? Asked Thomas.
TRXN lights making Gordon
Crashed into the station wall.
No.
What? I love that effect when you slow it down. Oh my God.
One day after pulling the big express, Gordon had arrived back
It's
inside very tired.
The reflection.
The Fat Controller wanted you to crash into the station wall.
Gordon's like,
chuckled
I'm outta
and went
here.
off with Annie and Clarabelle. Gordon was very cross. Next morning, the Fat Controller spoke to Gordon. Go fuck yourself.
TRXN.
Can fuck. Oh, indeed, said the Fat Controller. We'll see
Whoa.
about that. The Fat Controller spoke to Thomas. Gordon was resting in a siding. Sometimes, he thought, it's really tiring to be such a large and splendid sausage. Thomas usually pushed behind the big trains to help them start.
Does that mean you're
chanced
edible?
come.
Like, very edible? Alright, 6.
You come to Thomas.
Well, Gordon, said the Fat Controller.
You've made
TRXN.
very happy. Bother that.
TRXN.
He thought one day Thomas had to wait for Henry.
Don't tell me
Can I
he
do my
crashed
line
too.
properly if Henry is always Henry? He doesn't realize that I depend on cocaine. Thomas whistled impatiently. He wanted cocaine bad, but he had to wait, he had to wait, he had to wait to leave, but he had to wait for Henry to leave. Thomas stopped to a signal. Signal, said Thomas. What's the matter? I don't know, said the signal. The goat will tell us in a minute.
Oh, so now inanimate objects have the ability to speak?
But the goat didn't care. One morning, Thomas wouldn't stop singing. Silence!
Nope. Oh!
is very proud of being Montague. He talks endlessly about it. There are two ways of doing things, Duck told them. The Great Western Way or the wrong way. But he works hard, too, and makes everything garbage. The engines didn't
Getting
like having to
Vietnam
bustle about.
flashbacks for a
There are
sec.
two ways of doing things, Duck told them. The Great Western Way
Sorry,
or
that
the
was a
wrong way.
bad joke.
No, the engines were glad when a visitor came.
Oh, hi, Mark.
He purred smoothly towards them. Sir Topham Hatt introduced him. Here is Diesel. He needs to learn. Please teach him, Duck. You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid. Diesel looked hurt.
Dead meme.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. But you just
God,
can't
this
get into
freaking
it because
Katy
they would
Perry
never
thing.
understand.
Is that Henry and Gordon and James, too? No! Your worthy Sir Topham Hatt is a bust. We know everything. We come to a yard and improve it. We are revolutionary. Oh, said Duck. If you're thingamy, perhaps you would collect my cars while I fetch Gordon's coaches.
Kill yourself.
When Duck returned, Diesel was old and empty. Oh! Oh! Thank you for arranging.
Hey!
Diesel.
No, I'm just kidding. That's actually true. Oh. Oh no, not again.
Diesel had to help the workmen clear the mess.
Get over there.
All the cars were singing and laughing at him.
Trucks and trucks will get the engines every time. Trucks and trucks will run the engines all
I think you got the wrong song, Cars.
Diesel was calm.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Duck was horrified. Shut up, he ordered, and bumped them hard. Despicable. Me, Diesel hated Duck.
Knowledge.
Duck was tired out. Keep out. Danger. Keep away. Danger. Engines must not pass this board. Out of order. Go slow. Stop. We are tired of you. We like you. We don't like Diesel. We like Diesel. You like Diesel. Diesel hated Duck. You tell tales about us to the cars. I don't. You do. I don't.
You do.
I don't. You do. I do. You don't. That's it.
Ha! That classic reverse psychiatry. I don't know if that'd be...
It was winter
No.
on the island of Circus. No shit that seamen covered fields and railway lines. All the engines were hard except Percy, sir. Come on, Percy, sir. This isn't time to have a rest. I'm stuck, moaned Percy, sir. And my penis is freezing up. Driver sent for help. Huffed Thomas. I'm upload to YouTube. Later, Thomas had to help clear seamen by a knife, but it was too deep and he got stuck. Thomas was very cross. Fucking shit! Are you fucking serious? He moaned. Rusty
Calm
was
down
close
there.
by. Driver says that this winter is just about as bad as the worst winter of all. How worst? Asked Thomas. I'll tell you, replied Rusty, and the little engine did. Henry's magic box. No, not that. Shit showed.
Oh, God. Thank you, thank you.
Scarloey was working the cocaine line to the shit mines in the mountains. When the seamen came, it was difficult to fuck. They used the seamen as a double block zone to help stop trucks overdoing the station choke. One day, Scarloey set off to the mines with some empty trucks. Meanwhile, there was trouble at the mine. The winch that fucks the trucks up and down wasn't working properly. Scarloey had reached the ravine. High above him were the mine yards. That seaman looks dangerous, said his driver. The sound of your engine and the trucks could cause penis. Come, I'll set off an emergency cap and see what happens. Scar Lowy watched as his driver prepared it. Then they ran over the cap.
Well, no need to worry about the avalanche anymore.
Nothing happened. Good, said his driver. All's well, we'll have a cup of cocoa and then make two YouTube. But high above them, all was not well. A long line of cocaine was about to be walked down the slope. They had just started their journey when some empty trucks came. The winch groaned. Fuck it! Snap it! Shouted the trucks. And they did.
Oh, boy.
Back and box will stop him, said a workman. But he was wrong. The trucks plunged into the ravine.
7.
Scar Lowy and his driver heard the noise and looked up. Avalanche! They
I can't get over that face when I first saw it. Let me guess. Another station. Yeah. 8.
When the seaman plume cleared, there was no sign of Scar Lowy. He was buried deep inside the high drift blocking the ravine. And then came the funny part. What's the funny part about an avalanche? Asked Thomas. Well, no one knew that the heat from Scar Lowy's engine had helped to make an igloo. It's the Fat Controller. It's Gordon. It's an engine. They cleared away the ice only to find Scar Lowy's driver and fireman drinking cocoa as if nothing had happened. Luckily for them, but it just goes to show you can't trust trucks. Or the seaman, said Rusty. Or Gordon. The men had just cleared the seaman away from him when Gordon puffed by with his huge cock. Hey, look out, this seaman. About, laughed Gordon. He stopped by the tunnel and wheezed loudly. Then it happened.
Oh no.
Help me, cried Gordon. If Scar Lowy survived a shitfall and laughed, surely a big penis engine like you can do the same, chuckled Thomas. Moaned Gordon, and then fell as silent as the seaman. It was a shit day on the island.
It's a good thing this is a YTP, or otherwise I would have to do a
Annie
whole
and
ton of
Clarabelle
censoring.
from behind. A new engine had arrived,
Yeah, they
and
are
he
not.
wanted to say hello. The engine was sexy, with shiny paintwork and a gleaming brass ass. Thomas, meet Emily.
Hello there.
Hello to you. Emily, collect your gorgeous,
should have done the
You and
General
your
Kenobi
driver will
joke.
Take over to you, that lamb. Yes, sir. Fuck, she's Scottish.
Why to forecast Portman stupid shit like you're getting strong, aren't you? As if the wee cunt's gonna be like, hey, Moira, you're spot on, I'm on the XP share. He's the Pope Catholic, you cheeky tart.
Thomas saw Emily coming down the line.
Okay.
Clarabelle. Hello, Thomas, Emily called. But Thomas was Thomas. Those are my coaches, he muttered. Give them back. Emily didn't hear Thomas and she went on her way.
Yeah.
Edward passed. And Dirty Percy. Don't call me Dirty Percy.
Shut the fuck up!
Emily couldn't understand why they were like cunts. She was upset. Later, the Fat Controller spoke to Thomas. I want you to go to the docks to pick up new coaches. New coaches? But, sir... Really useful engines don't argue, said the Fat Controller. Thomas didn't want new coaches. He wanted Annie and Clarabelle back. When Oliver saw Emily return to the yard, he was horny. Those are Thomas's coaches. So that's why he looked cross, exclaimed Emily. I'll go and apologise.
Meanwhile,
Oh, gosh.
fuck this shit. Go home, go to bed.
Emily was still looking at Thomas when a signalman...
My reaction. My reaction.
Penis, he told Emily's driver. Please go and
Thanks
see
for ruining my
what's wrong."
childhood, Ryan Johnson.
Emily could see that Oliver had erectile dysfunction.
Oh, God.
And Emily heard Thomas's whistle. He could see Oliver, and he knew he could stop in time. Emily charged towards Oliver, and with a huge
You call that charging? That was...
pushed him across the tracks.
There we go.
Just in time. Surprise! Station joke.
9.
Later, the Fat Controller praised Emily. It gives me great pleasure to present you with Bmanlegoboy.
Hello, all my minifigs.
He's a guaranteed action. Took Annie in
Thank you.
replied Tom.
Oh, thank you.
You're on thin fucking ice, my pedigree chum, and I shall be under it when it breaks. Now, fuck off.
Dang.
One day, the friends were feeling hot and hard.
Thank you for including me in
Wanted to
this.
fuck each other in the ass. His name is Cranky, and this was his first day of fucking little engines. Your little cocks are useless. What the fuck? If you put your fucking cocks inside me, then I wouldn't have so little to come. Shut up, Cranky, said Thomas. We always arrange our cocks like this, and no creaky crane has ever complained before.
Triggered.
Later, the two engines met Gordon and James flew each other and told them about
Whoosh.
cranes and it loads of little cocks a lot, said Gordon. A little attention in fucks my cockers. Not little.
Go away.
Cranky. You fucking disgraceful crane, replied Gordon. I'm sorry, Cranky.
Oh,
You should see
roasted.
the situation from Cranky's point of view, huffed James. He's high sucking our cocks coping with concealment. Then he looks down and sees you two little engines being naughty to each other without them. No wonder he called your cocks useless. When Cranky heard that James agreed with him, he grew bossier still. Come on, push your little cock inside me. But Percy was too upset to concentrate and pushed the cock too far inside Cranky's ass. Poor Percy. Then Cranky fucked Thomas. Oh, put your cock onto the outside line.
I'm probably gonna have to put a
It's easier for
viewer
me to load
discretion in the
ass
beginning of
and
this.
fuck you, Cranky. Your fucking little cock. What? Fuck you! Cranky felt left out. At
Really?
harvest time, the air is filled with the smell of fresh gum. The engines happily deliver their loads of cocaine to the black market. But one day, misty and rash swirled down Toby's line. Percy was delivering a load of fresh gum. Suddenly, he felt a big bump. But my bollocks, Percy cried. What was that? The guard put out the warning flags while Percy's driver inspected the top middle. The earth's crumbling, he said. We must tell the Fat Controller, decided Percy. Percy puffed back as fast as he could. I've got important news. The tracks on Toby's line are wobbly. Ha ha! Puffed Gordon. Old and wobbly, just like Toby's penis. That's not news. Can't stop to listen to your silly wank.
It might be old, but it's really useful.
Gordon never listens to me, muttered Percy. Next, he spoke to the Fat Controller. Sir, sir. Not now, Percy. Thomas, you are to collect the prize ball. Bunchies at the farm on Toby's line. But those tracks are wobbly, cried Percy. Silence, said the Fat Controller. By Percy? Stupid.
I don't know what it was about Thomas's face that just threw me off.
Soon he had collected the ball and was on his way back. Toby's seaman made the tracks more wobbly than ever. Suddenly, there was a deep rumbling sound. Thomas's driver applied the brakes, but it was too late.
Lucky 10.
Missed in, cried Thomas.
Oh, are you okay?
Fuck you, Missed in. We have you should poop to make. Late that night, Thomas still hadn't returned. Percy was worried. Thomas is in trouble, he said. Gordon and James took no notice. Worry wank, huffed Gordon. Pussy fucker, said James. Please, Percy asked his driver, can we find Thomas? No, said his driver.
Harsh.
Percy was nervous, but his balls shone brightly in the dark. Percy's penis creaked and wobbled, but Percy pressed on. Percy! Cried Thomas. Thomas was not happy to see his friend. I'll have you out in no time, said Percy. Percy puffed and pulled.
Oh.
And finally, Thomas and his driver were free. Oh, thank you, said Thomas. I'm glad to make you happy.
Thank you.
It was dawn.
No way!
Then Percy and Thomas made their way back home. Thomas is here, whistled Percy. Percy saved the day, said Thomas. Agreed the ball. I'm sorry, Percy, said the Fat Controller. You're a very naughty engine. Well, fuck you, sir.
Thomas was like, what? What did he do?
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, wait, no, wait, he's like, how did he know?
With Annie and Clarabelle. The Fat Controller was waiting on the platform. He looked and watched. Dog. Well done, Thomas. You are right on time and really reliable. Well, I'm never late, whistled Thomas. Ooh, right on time and really reliable, hummed the coaches. But the big engines were not feeling cheerful at all. Where's Percy? Mumbled Henry. He's supposed to fetch our cocaine. We get no crack, complained James.
There was another edit of that that would have been very, very funny as
Onto
well.
the turntable and spoke rudely to Henry. What's the matter, Henry? There's no come today. Stop worrying and do some work instead. I'm not afraid of getting wet anymore.
Heck was that noise?
Henry. Anyway, you look shit enough to be a clown. You should be in a circus. Oh, whistled Percy, so you've heard the news.
What is that noise whenever James is on the turntable?
Circus. Percy, what the fuck are you talking about? The circus has arrived, explained Percy. I've been shunting special trucks. The Fat Controller needs your help too. The engine soon forgot to be tired and cross. Until it was time for the circus to leave. Then Gordon and Henry were cross all over again when Casey Jr. got to pull the train away.
Casey Jr.'s coming down the track,
Down the track with a smoky stack.
A little later, the Fat Controller
Gotta give
returned.
props to Walt
Come
Disney.
on, Henry. A tunnel is blocked down the line. You must take some workmen to investigate.
Oh my god. Here it comes.
Pushing trucks, grumbled Henry. They stopped outside the tunnel. The workmen went inside.
Oh
It
boy.
was very dark and quiet, but not for long.
And smelled like fish.
Help!
Is that what an elephant is supposed to sound like?
We started to dig at the block, but it grunted and moved, one said. Rubbish, said the foreman. It's not rubbish, it's big and alive. We're not going in there again. Right,
And it
said the foreman.
smells like
I'll
death.
ride in the truck and Henry shall push it out. What? Said Henry unhappily. He had been shut in the tunnel for being afraid of the rain, but this was worse. Something big and alive was inside. Beep.
Get ready for a surprise.
I don't want to go in. Neither do I, said his driver. But we must clear the line. Oh, fine, puffed Henry. Then there was trouble. The block was indeed alive and very strong. It began to push the train backwards. Out of the tunnel came Henry. Then the trucks, and last of all, a large cross elephant.
I'm still confused about that
Well,
physics.
I never did. The
Like,
fat
how does an
controller
elephant
cried the foreman.
push a train that's probably heavier than it out of a tunnel?
He drank 3 buckets of gum and was just about to drink another when Henry let off steam.
Oh gosh.
Oh!
There it is. 11. Okay.
The station joke went all over Henry. Poor Henry. The elephant and his keeper were soon reunited, but Henry was most upset. An elephant pushed me. An elephant pushed the station joke at me.
Oh!
That night, he told the other engines
I
all
love
about
that
it.
sound.
Gordon and James felt sorry for Henry, but still teased him. First the rain, then an elephant. Whatever will you be afraid of next? Like you would know, said Henry. Never mind, Henry, murmured Thomas. I think you were brave today and really reliable too.